Hola muchachos, este es el vocabulario para las expresiones contener. Expresiones contener. So in English we call these to be expressions. For example, to be hungry, it's like I am hungry. Or to be cold, he is cold. In Espanol, you use tener, which is to have. So as we're going through these, you really have to think of that old English, that Shakespearean style, right? I have hunger. He has thirst. Okay, so they're not going to sound in context 100% correct, but you're going to have to keep in mind that every language is different and things aren't literal. So we'll go through these now. So make sure you get these in your diccionario in OneNote. Tener hambre. Remember that H is silent. Tener hambre. Tener hambre. Alright, so you have like to have hunger. In English, we would say to be hungry, all right, but it's tener hambre. Tener prisa. Tener prisa. To have, to rush. In English, we would say to be in a hurry, right, but because it's tener, it's to have. Tener prisa. Tener sueño. Tener sueño. To have sleepiness. In English, we would say to be tired or to be exhausted is more appropriate. But in Espanol, you use have. So, tener sueño. Tener frío. Tener frío. To have coldness. Or in English, to be cold. Right? But in Espanol, it's tener frío. Tener sed. Tener sed. To have thirst. In English, it's more common to say to be thirsty. Okay, but in Espanol, you use tener, so it's to have thirst. Tener calor. Tener calor. So it's to have hotness. Right? In English, we would typically say to be hot, but it's tener calor, so it's to have. Tener miedo. Tener miedo. To have fear. In English, we typically say to be afraid, but it's to have fear. Tener razón. Tener razón. To have reason. Razón means reason. Okay? In English, we would say to be right. So, por ejemplo, I would say, oh, my husband was right. In Español, I would say, mi esposo tuvo razón, or tiene razón. So, he has reason. Okay, meaning he is right. Tener suerte. Tener suerte means to have luck. That's why with deportes I say buena suerte, good luck, right? So to have luck. In English we typically say to be lucky, but in Espanol it's tener. Tener vergüenza. Tener vergüenza, which is to be ashamed or to have shame or to have embarrassment. In English, we would typically say to be ashamed or to be embarrassed. In Espanol, you use have. And tener blank años, which we've worked with, to have blank years. Right? In English, we say I am so many years old. In Espanol, you say I have so many years. Okay? So, what you have here is tener is your general verb to have. So we're going to go over the different ways so you can specify who has. Tengo. Tengo is I have. So if I want to say I have embarrassment, I would say tengo vergüenza. Tienes. Tienes as you have. If I want to ask if you're cold, I'll say tienes frío. Tiene. Tiene as he or she has. So if I want to say he has reason, I would say, él tiene razón. Tenemos. Tenemos as we have, and tienen. Tienen as they have. So that's the vocabulario that needs to be in your diccionario. It's